Hello, welcome to Woods and Water Outdoors. I'm Patrick Corcoran. Want to do a video today about a couple little tricks in powder painting. Had a viewer recently ask how I did my heads for our Gray Ghost variations, and how we got that unique kind of a little pinkish hue in the head, or a chartreuse hue, and how we mixed our powders to do that. First thing he asked was about the Protect Pearl that I used in that video. The Protect Pearl has a black flake in it. According to the bottle, it's just called Pearl, but you may be looking for Pearl Peppered. It's not a powder paint that I currently carry, and that's why I had to use the Protect. I've had it for quite a while. And so what we do when we make that head is, first we're going to dip the head into neon pink, and then we're going to cover it in the Protect Pearl. And when you do that and you cure, the two paints will mix together and give you this silvery looking pinkish hue. And it'll do that with whatever color you put it over, whether it be blue or chartreuse or any of that. So that's something for you to play with your powders, and seeing how they're going to mix together. I know a lot of guys put a white base on first, and then will put their colors over the top to make them pop a little bit more. Which brings up the next little helping point that we have for you. Some of these powder paints are two-step powder paints. So, and what that means, like a candy, if you want that advertised candy look, the first thing you're going to want to do is coat your head in a chrome or something, silver sparkle or something like that, and then cure it, and then coat it again in your candy color to get the advertised look of the candy. You can put it straight over a lead head, and some of them are going to look okay. Some of them you're probably not going to quite get what you're looking for. So keep that in mind. Some of your clear coats, your disco colors and things like that may also be two-step paints. And so if you're having trouble with your heads running, there's a chance that it may not be just the fact that you have too much paint. It may also be that you've applied two paints, and one of them need to be cured before you applied the second one. So keep that in mind also whenever you're powder painting your heads. And so a couple little tricks and thoughts to play with as you're powder painting. Experiment, enjoy that. That's part of the process of making your own heads and painting your own stuff and making your own lures to come up with unique looks that you're trying to get. And so there's a lot of guys out there that do a really good job painting heads and very creative with it. I'm kind of a basic guy for the most part. Maybe I just don't know how to do that quite like they do, but a couple other little things to have handy when you're wanting a two-tone or different things like that. Have you a paintbrush? You can sprinkle the powder on with that paintbrush to get your two-tone instead of double dipping. That gives it just a little bit of a different look and won't be so heavy. And that'll be another experiment too, to figure out which color you need to put on first. And so, because as they melt in the curing process, they're going to mix and change a little bit. So I typically will put darker colors on top of lighter colors whenever that occurs. So I'll dip lighter and then sprinkle with a paintbrush the darker color over it. And so hopefully these tips help with powder painting, and we look forward to any other observations or requests, and We hope everybody has a great week and enjoys the spring fish.